Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. And today we'll be discussing the mock questions here. Okay, so these are the questions based on the NEET exam. So these are NEET exam type questions. So these are all multiple choice questions. We are going to discuss these multiple choice questions and we will understand the concepts by working through these multiple choice questions. Okay, so what is the first question here? Okay, the first question is, which of the following is a characteristic feature of parthenocarpic fruits? Okay, so they're talking about the parthenocarpic fruits. So what are parthenocarpic fruits? If you know, you can answer this question. So what are the options here? They are developed from fertilized ovary. So usually the fruits they develop from the after the fertilization. After the fertilization, ovary transforms into fruit and ovule transform into the seed. Okay, so first option is developed from fertilized ovary. Second option is formed without the fertilization. Okay, do parthenocarpic fruits, do they form without the fertilization? Okay, fertilization means what? Fusion of the male and the female gametes. Then option number C, presence of multiple seeds. Do parthenocarpic fruits have multiple seeds? And option number D is thick and fleshy pericarp. Do they have thick and fleshy pericarp? Pericarp is known as the fruit wall. So what will be the correct answer for this question? So you have to tell the answer of this question. What will be the answer? Option number A, B, C or D? Okay, so answer for this question will be what? Answer will be option number B here. Parthenocarpic fruit they develop from or they develop without the fertilization. Okay, so these are known as parthenocarpic fruits. These parthenocarpic fruit, they are also seedless. The next question, the fibrous mesocarp is a feature of which fruit? Okay, so which fruit? Option number is mango, option B is apple, option number C is coconut and option number D is orange. What will be the correct answer here? Fibrous mesocarp is present in which fruit? Okay, so there is epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. So fibrous mesocarp is present where? So here answer will be option number C here. Coconut consists of a fibrous mesocarp. Mango consists of a fleshy mesocarp. Okay, so mesocarp is what you eat here. So mango and coconut, they both are drupe, and apple and orange, they are some other kind of fruits. Next question, here they are asking about the placentation. They have shown you a figure and they're asking what type of placentation is shown here. So you can get this type of question also in the NEET exam. They will show you a figure and you have to sometimes label that figure. Okay, you have to write the description of that figure. So description of the figure will be given to you. You have to select the correct answer. So here they're asking about the type of placentation shown in the figure. So what are the options here? Option number is marginal placentation. Option B is axial placentation. Option number C is parietal placentation. And option number D is basal placentation. So what will be the correct answer here? Okay, so answer will be option number D here, basal placentation. This is basal placentation. So in basal placentation, as you can see, there is a single ovule which arises at the base. You can see there is a single ovule which is arising at the base. And example is sunflower. Okay. Now, one of the option is marginal placentation. What is marginal placentation? Here the ovules are attached along the ovaries margin. That's why it is known as marginal placentation. What happens in axial placentation? Here the ovules are attached to a central column and it has a multilocular ovary. So in axial placentation, there is multilocular ovary. Okay, and ovules are attached to a central column. What happens in parietal placentation? Here the ovules are attached to the inner wall of a unilocular ovary. So in parietal, unilocular ovary is present. And in basal placentation, ovules are attached to the base of a unilocular ovary. So you can see this is unilocular. Basal placentation have only one locule. Okay, this is only one locule. In exile, there was multiple locules. In parietal also, there was unilocular only. The next question, in a dicotyledonous seed, means they're talking about dicot seed, the hilum is a scar marking the. So what is hilum? And what does it represent? Okay, so what are the options? Option number is point of attachment to the fruit. Option number is opening off for the water absorption. Option number C is region where the radical emerges. So, do the radical emerges from the hilum? And then option number D, site of the endosperm storage. What will be the correct answer here? So what will be the correct answer from these options A, B, C and D? So here the correct answer is option number A. Okay, this is correct. Point of attachment to the fruit. This is the right answer. Okay. So hilum is actually a scar on the seed surface that marks the point where the seed was attached to the ovary wall. Clear? So this is the point of attachment to the fruit. Clear? Now mature seeds of gram and pea are classified as. So are they endospermic, they are non-endospermic, they are perispermic or they are epigeal? What will be the correct answer here? Okay, here the correct answer will be option number B, non-endospermic. So gram and pea, they are non-endospermic seeds. Okay, yes, correct answer is option number B. Okay, other options are endospermic, perispermic and epigeal. What is epigeal seeds? So in epigeal seeds, what happens? They are characterized by their cotyledons emerging above the soil during the seed germination. So cotyledons, they are also known as seed leaves. They are not true leaves, they are seed leaves. So in epigeal germination, what happens? The cotyledons, they emerge above the soil during the seed germination. And this happens because the hypocotyle is elongated here. There is a rapid elongation of the hypocotyle. And due to this, the cotyledons, they emerge above the soil. This is known as epigeal germination. Okay. And gram and pea, these are both non-endospermic seeds. Next question, what is the primary function of scrotum in the male reproductive system? This is question related to human reproduction chapter. Okay. So they are asking about the major function, the primary function of scrotum in the male reproductive system. So within the scrotum, what is present? Testes are present. Okay. So what is the options here? Production of sperms. Option number B, secretion of androgens. Option number C is maintenance of lower temperature for spermatogenesis. What is spermatogenesis? Sperm formation. And then option number D, storage of the seminal fluid. So what will be the correct answer here? So we have got answer here. Nisha is saying option number C here. So option number C is maintenance of lower temperature for spermatogenesis. So yes, this is the correct answer. Option number C is the correct answer, maintenance of lower temperature for spermatogenesis. So what happens in the scrotum? A lower temperature is maintained. Okay. So temperature, which is 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius less than the normal body temperature, this is maintained in the scrotum, and this temperature is necessary for the sperm formation through spermatogenesis. Okay, production of the sperm, these are done by testes within the seminiferous tubules. Secretion of androgens, this is done by the Leydig cells present within the testes. Then seminal fluid, this is secreted by the accessory glands. Seminal, this fluid, which is major part of the semen. So seminal plasma or seminal fluid, this is the same thing. This is secreted by the seminal vesicles, which is an accessory duct. Now, next question. What is the role of Leydig cells in the male reproductive system? So they are talking about the Leydig cells here. Leydig cells are also known as interstitial cells. Okay, these Leydig cells, they are present where? They are present towards the outer side of the seminiferous tubules. Okay, so what are the options here? They produce sperm cells. Option B, secrete androgens. Androgens are male hormones such as testosterone. Option number C is provide nutrition to the germ cells, and option number D is transport sperms through the ducts. So what will be the correct answer here? So let's have a look at the answer here. Answer here will be option number B here. Leydig cells secrete androgens. Okay, androgens are male hormones such as testosterone, and this testosterone is involved in the initiation of this spermatogenesis. Now next question, the endometrium in the inner layer of the uterus. Okay, uterus has 3 layers. Endometrium is the innermost layer of the uterus. So there are 3 layers, you can say, or 3 layers of the uterus wall. Perimetrium, myometrium and endometrium. Perimetrium is outermost, then myometrium is the middle layer, and the endometrium is the innermost layer. Now what type of tissue primarily constitute this layer? Means the endometrium is made up of which kind of tissue? What are the options? Smooth muscles, glandular tissue, membranous, and option number D is fatty tissue. What will be the correct answer here? Okay, the correct answer here will be option B, glandular tissue. Okay, so endometrium basically consists of the glandular tissue. So this glandular tissue, they secrete some, okay, you can say fluid, which helps in the implantation also. So myometrium is made up of smooth muscles, which is option number A, and the perimetrium, it is membranous. Now, which part of the mammary gland structure is directly responsible for storing milk before it is released through the lactiferous duct? So which of the cells are involved in milk production within the mammary gland? Okay, finally this milk reaches the lactiferous duct and the milk is sucked out by the newborn through this lactiferous duct. Okay, so what are the options? Say alveoli cells. Option number B is mammary ampulla, option number C is mammary tubules, and option number D is lactiferous duct. What will be the correct answer here? So option number A is the correct answer here, alveoli. Alveoli are the cells which produce the milk. Okay, and the milk which is produced, this is stored in the ducts of the alveoli, and then they are transferred to the lactiferous duct. Next question, what is the role of acrosome in the sperm? So when we study the structure of the sperms, we have learned that the sperm head, or the anterior part of the sperm head, it consists of the acrosome. Okay, what is the function of this acrosome? What are the options here? It provides energy for motility. So sperms, they can swim, and for swimming, energy is required. So this energy is provided by acrosome. Option number B contains enzyme for fertilization. Option number C protects the nucleus, and option number D facilitates the tail movement. So what will be the correct answer here? The correct answer here will be contains enzyme for fertilization. So this acrosome consists of enzymes such as hyaluronidase and acrosin. These enzymes helps in the breakdown of the you can say the zona pellucida in the plasma membrane. Okay, and helps in the penetration of the sperm. So you can say these acrosome reaction, this helps in the fertilization. Okay, they contains enzymes which helps in the fertilization. Okay, energy is provided by the mitochondria here, which is present in the middle piece. Next question, which phase of menstrual cycle is characterized by breakdown of the endometrium lining? So menstrual cycle can be divided into different phases. In which phase the endometrium breaks? In which phase the shedding of the endometrium occurs? So is it the follicular phase? Is it the luteal phase? Is it menstrual phase? And is it the ovulatory phase? What will be the correct answer here? So option number C will be the correct answer here. Okay, menstrual phase. So menstrual cycle can be divided into different phases. First is the menstrual phase where the shedding of the endometrium occurs and due to this bleeding occurs. Then menstrual phase is followed by the follicular phase in which the development of follicle occurs. Then there is the ovulatory phase in which the egg is released. Okay, ovulatory phase is during the mid of the menstrual cycle. And then after the ovulatory phase is luteal phase in which the corpus luteum is formed and this corpus luteum secretes progesterone. So it acts as a temporary endocrine gland. So option number C, menstrual phase, is the right answer. Okay. During menstrual phase, the level of progesterone is very less. So the endometrium is very thin and it breaks. Next question, what marks the end of the reproductive phase in the human females? Okay. So what will be the correct answer here? What is the term given to the to that phenomena which marks the end of the reproductive phase in the human females? What are the option? Menarche, menopause, ovulation and menstruation. What will be the correct answer here? Okay, correct answer here is option B, menopause. Okay, menopause means cessation of the menstrual cycle, the stopping of the menstrual cycle. So this marks the end of the reproductive phase in the females. So during the menstrual cycle, the egg is released. So if there is no menstrual cycle, no egg is released. So this marks the end of the reproductive phase in the females. Now reproductive phase in the human females is from menarche to menopause, means starting of the menstrual cycle to end of the menstrual cycle. Clear? The next question, double fertilization in flowering plants involved. Question is regarding double fertilization now. So it involves what? Option number A is fusion of two male gamete with one egg. Option number B, fusion of one male gamete with the egg and the other male gamete with the polar nuclei. Option number C, fusion of two male gamete with two polar nuclei. And option number D, fusion of one male gamete with two polar nuclei and another with the synergids. So what will be the correct answer here? Double fertilization. Double fertilization means fertilization is occurring twice and it is a characteristic feature of the angiosperms. So what will be the correct answer here? So here the correct answer will be option number B, not option number A. Okay. These might look similar, but option number B is the correct answer. What happens in double fertilization? Okay, first is the syngamy and another one is the triple fusion. So in syngamy, what happens? One of the male nucleus fuses with the, one of the male gamete fuses with the egg. This is known as syngamy. And in triple fusion, what happens? The other male gamete, it fuses with the two polar nuclei. So this is known as triple fusion because here three nucleus are involved. Okay, and fertilization is occurring twice. So this is known as double fertilization, which is a characteristic feature of flowering plants, which are angiosperms. So option number B will be the correct answer here. The next question, what is the term for fruit production without the fertilization in flowering plants? The fruits, some of the fruits can be produced without fertilization also. So what is this, you can say, phenomena called? Parthenocarpy, polyembryony, apomixis or fertilization. What will be the correct answer here? Okay, the correct answer here will be option number A, parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy is the right answer. So here the fruits are developed without the fertilization. Okay, polyembryony. Polyembryony is presence of more than one embryo. So sometimes the embryo can develop from nucellus also. This is usually seen in citrus fruits. Then apomixis, this is a form of asexual reproduction. Here the seeds are formed without fertilization. So don't confuse between parthenocarpy and apomixis. Parthenocarpy is development of fruit without fertilization. Apomixis is development of seeds without the fertilization. Then obviously what is fertilization? Fusion of the male and the female gamete. Option number A is the correct answer here, parthenocarpy. Now which statement above polyembryony is correct? Okay, you have to choose the correct statement, true statement here. What are the option? Option number A, results from multiple fertilization. Option number B, produces genetically diverse embryos. Option number C, common in citrus species. And option number D is requires reduction division. So what is the correct answer here? What would be the correct answer? Option number C is the correct answer. It is common in citrus fruits. So polyembryony is the presence of more than one embryo. Okay. And sometimes the embryo, it develops from nucellus. So this embryo will be diploid because nucellus cells are also diploid. Usually the embryo forms after the fertilization. And this is common in citrus fruits. Now next question, in sexual reproduction in flowers, which structure develops into a seed after the fertilization? Okay, so after fertilization, ovary transform into fruits, and which structure transforms into seeds? This is a quite straightforward question here. What are the options? Ovary, ovule, style, and stigma. Okay, the correct answer here will be option number B, ovule. So after the fertilization, ovule develops into the seed and ovary transforms into the fruit. Okay. The next question, which layer of the microsporangium is responsible for nourishing the developing pollen grains? Okay. So there are 4 layers surrounding the microsporangium. Okay, which layer provide nourishment to the developing pollen grains? Is it epiderm, endothecium, middle layer, or tapetum? What will be the correct answer here? Yes, the correct answer is tapetum. Option number D. Okay, tapetum provides nourishment to the pollen grains. This is the correct answer. Now, next question. What is the ploidy of the functional megaspore in the typical angiosperm ovule? So they are asking about the ploidy. Means they are asking about the number of chromosomes. Or you can say the set of chromosomes. Okay. So ploidy for a... Okay, they are asking about number of the set of chromosomes present in the megaspore in a typical angiosperm ovules. Okay, how many set of chromosomes are present? Is it haploid, diploid, triploid, or tetraploid? The correct answer here will be haploid. Option number A. This is the correct answer. So megaspore, they are produced by meiosis. So these are haploid, means they have n number of chromosomes. They have only one set of chromosome. Okay, diploid, they have 2 sets of chromosome. Triploid, they have 3 sets of chromosome. Tetraploid, they have 4 set of chromosome. But megaspore, they have only 1 set of chromosome. That's why they are haploid. Okay, and by mitotic division is give rise to the embryo sac. Next question, which of the following is true about endosperm development? Okay, what are the options? It occurs after the embryo development. So they are saying that embryo develops first and then the endosperm develops. So remember, endosperm provide nourishment to the embryo. So is this statement true or false? Option number B, the primary endosperm cell is diploid. Okay, option number C, free nuclear endosperm is a stage where cell walls forms immediately in free nuclear endosperm. And option number D, coconut water example of free endosperm nucleus will be the correct answer here. Correct answer here will be option number D, coconut water example of free nuclear endosperm. Okay. So in free nuclear endosperm, what happens? The nucleus, they keep on dividing without cytokinesis, without cell wall formation. There is no cellularization. Cellularization occurs later when this endosperm transform into a solid after cellularization. Next question, what is the primary function of micropyle in a seed? What are the options? Storage of nutrients. Option number B, protection against pathogens. Option number C is facilitation of oxygen and water entry. Option number D is attachment to the ovary wall. What would be the correct answer here? So option number C is the correct answer here. Correct. Facilitation of oxygen and water entry. Clear? So we have discussed the TPP here. Okay. We have discussed the mock test here. Now we'll discuss another mock test now. Okay, let's begin with another mock test. So let's start here with this mock test now. So we have 20 questions. What is the first question here? What is the primary mechanism of action of oral contraceptive pills? This question is from the chapter Reproductive Health. So how do these oral contraceptive pills work? So these oral contraceptive pills, they have hormones. Okay, so what are the options? They block ovulation and implantation. Option number B, they create a physical barrier between sperm and egg. Option number C, increase sperm phagocytosis. And option number D, induce lactational amenorrhea. So what will be the correct answer here? Okay, the correct answer here will be option number A, blocking ovulation and implantation. So wherever hormones are involved, they will they will prevent the egg release and they will prevent the implantation as well. Along with this, they also make the cervix hostile for and block the entry of the sperms. Physical barrier between sperm and egg, these are created by the barrier method, which is condom. Sperm phagocytosis, these are increased by IUDs. And lactation amenorrhea, this is a kind of natural method of contraception. Now, next question, which social issue is addressed by banning amniocentesis for sex determination? So, amniocentesis can be used for prenatal sex determination. Okay. It is also used for detecting the genetic disorders. Okay, so what address can be issued if you ban the amniocentesis? The amniocentesis has been banned now. Why it is banned now? So what are the options? Male infanticide, female feticide. Then option number C is child marriage. Option number D is maternal mortality. What will be the correct answer here? The correct answer here will be option number B, female feticide. So if the couple, they come to know that the fetus will develop into girl child, then they abort that child. Okay, this is known as female feticide. The cases of female feticides were increasing. So amniocentesis is banned now. Prenatal sex determination is banned. Next question. Which program was initiated in India in 1951 to address the reproductive health? So government has initiated many programs. Okay, so which program was initiated in 1951 in India? So what are the options? Reproductive and child healthcare program. Option number B, National Health Education Mission. Option number C is family planning. Option number D is Janani Suraksha Yojana. So what will be the correct answer here? Option number C will be the correct answer. Family planning. Okay, family planning was introduced in 1951. Okay, not National Health Mission or Reproductive Child Healthcare Program. Family planning was introduced in 1951, and this family planning helps to keep the space between the children's. So the awareness regarding contraceptive methods is being spread now. Okay, so this family planning initiative can help to attain the reproductive health. Next question, what is the key reason for introducing sex education in the schools? Why sex education should be mandatory in the schools? What are the options? They promote early marriages. Option number B, dispels myths about the sex-related issues. Option number C, encourage population growth. And option number D is reduce the contraceptive use. What will be the correct answer here? Option number B is the correct answer here, dispel myths about sex. So there are a lot of myths regarding the sex-related issues. So these myths can be eradicated by introducing sex education in the schools. Next question, what is the primary purpose of amniocentesis? Okay. So in amniocentesis can be used for prenatal sex determination and for determining the some kind of disorders. So you have to answer that. What are the options? Determine the sex of the fetus. Option number B, test for genetic disorders. Option number C, assess maternal health. And option number D, monitor the fetal growth. What will be the correct answer here? Okay, so amniocentesis, in what is done in amniocentesis? The amniotic fluid is collected from the amniotic sac, and this amniotic fluid is analyzed. Because this amniotic fluid consists of the fetal cells, so the chromosome in these cells are analyzed for any chromosomal abnormality, and with this, the genetic disorders can be tested. So option number B will be the correct answer here. Primary purpose of amniocentesis, test for the genetic disorders such as Klinefelter syndrome, Turner syndrome, sickle cell anemia. Next question, which of the following was developed by scientists at Central Drug Research Institute in Lucknow, India? What are the options? Mala D. Option number B is SATHEE-MED. Option number C is condom. Option number D is copper T, which is an intrauterine device. It is copper releasing intrauterine devices. These intrauterine devices, they are inserted into the uterus of the female. What will be the correct answer here? Option number B, SATHEE-MED is the correct answer here. So SATHEE-MED, this is non-steroidal preparation. Okay, it has very less side effects and it is once in a week pill. So usually the pills have to be taken regularly, but SATHEE-MED, this is a once in a week pill. So the side effects are very less here. Next question, which contraceptive method also provides protection against sexually transmitted infections? So what are the options here? Copper T, oral pills, condoms, or tubectomy, which is a surgical method. It is known as female sterilization. What will be the correct answer here? Option number C, condoms is the right answer. So these condoms, they cover the reproductive organs. And the sexually transmitted diseases, they are spread during the sexual intercourse by the body fluids, which is semen and the vaginal secretions. So if the reproductive organ is covered, then the semen cannot enter into the female genital tract, and the vaginal secretion cannot also enter into the male reproductive tract. So this condoms helps to prevent the spread of the sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, copper T, this is intrauterine device. Oral pills, these are hormonal. This consists of hormones. Okay, tubectomy, this is female sterilization. Here the fallopian tube is cut and tied, and this blocks the gamete transfer. Next, which contraceptive method works by increasing phagocytosis of the sperms and releasing copper ions to suppress the sperm motility? What will be the correct answer here? Oral pills. Option number B, condom. Option number C, intrauterine devices. Option number D is vasectomy. What is the correct answer here? Option number C is the correct answer. Intrauterine devices. So these intrauterine devices, they are of three types. Or hormonal IUDs. Then hormonal IUDs and copper releasing IUDs. Okay, so these IUDs, what they do, they increase the phagocytosis of the sperms. Okay. Hormonal IUDs, how do they work? Hormonal IUDs, they prevent the ovulation, they prevent the implantation. And then copper releasing IUDs, they release copper ions. These copper ions, they affect the sperm motility and the fertilization capacity of the sperm. Okay, they suppress the sperm motility as well. Okay, oral pills, they consist of hormones. So they also block the ovulation and the implantation. Condom, they are the barrier methods. How do they work? They prevent the physical meeting of sperm and the ovum. And vasectomy, this is the male sterilization procedure. Okay, this is not reversible. This is permanent. These are terminal methods. Okay. Now next question, which method is considered a terminal contraceptive approach? So what do you mean by terminal contraceptive approach? So this means permanent contraceptive approach. Okay, which method is permanent, which is non-reversible? Usually an ideal contraceptive should be reversible, but this is not reversible. So what is the option? Lactational amenorrhea, intrauterine devices, tubectomy, or condoms. So correct answer here will be option number C, tubectomy. Tubectomy is a permanent method. It is a surgical method. This is female sterilization. Lactational amenorrhea, this is natural method. Okay, what happens in lactation? During intense lactation, there is no menstrual cycle. There is no menstrual cycle means there is no ovulation. So there cannot be any fertilization. In intrauterine devices, we have already discussed, these are inserted into the uterus. They increase the phagocytosis of the sperm. So there are different kind of IUDs as well. Condom, they are the barrier methods. So all of these are reversible. Okay, reversible means when any individual stop using these contraceptives, then again the couples, they can have children and the females can conceive. But in tubectomy, these cannot be reversed. Next question, the effectiveness of lactational amenorrhea as a contraceptive method is limited to a maximum period of. Options are 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and 18 months. So the correct answer is option number B, 6 months. This is the correct answer. So what is lactation amenorrhea? During intense lactation, there is no menstrual cycle, and this is effective till 6 months only. Next question, which hormone is responsible for inducing stronger uterine contractions during the parturition? Parturition means childbirth. Okay. So which hormone is involved in inducing the uterine contractions? So uterine contraction, they are induced in the myometrium. Myometrium is made up of smooth muscles. What are the option? Progesterone, estrogen, oxytocin, and prolactin. The correct answer here will be oxytocin. Option number C. Oxytocin is known as the birth hormone. Oxytocin induces stronger uterine contractions, which is necessary for the childbirth. So, because of this contraction, the fetus, this is pushed out, okay, through the birth canal. This progesterone hormone helps to maintain the pregnancy because it maintains the endometrium. Estrogen also maintains the endometrium. Prolactin is involved in milk production. Option number C will be the correct answer, oxytocin. Now, next question. How is the sex of the baby determined during the fertilization? Who determines the sex of the child? Mother or father? What is the option? By chromosome contribution from the mother. Option number B, by chromosome contribution from the father. Option number C, by the number of chromosomes in the zygote. And option number D, by the implantation site in the uterus. What will be the correct answer here? Option number B is the correct answer here, but the chromosome contributions from the father. So males, they are heterogomatic. Okay. Males are XY, females are XX. So males, they produce two kinds of gametes. Okay, two kinds of sperms. While half of the sperms will contain X chromosome, half of the sperms will contain Y chromosomes. Females are homogametic, means all the eggs will contain X chromosome only. So if the sperm having an X chromosome fuses with the egg, the zygote will be XX, so female child will be produced. If the sperm having Y chromosome fuses with the egg, then the zygote will develop into male child. So it is the father which determines the sex of the child. Next question. Which layer of blastocyst attaches to the endometrium during implantation? So the zygote undergoes repeated mitotic divisions. It forms morula, then it forms blastocyst. How the blastocyst attaches to the endometrium? Okay, so what are the options? Inner cell mass, zona pellucida, trophoblast, and blastocele. What will be the correct answer here? Option number C is the correct answer, trophoblast. So in the blastocyst, what happens? The blastomeres, they arrange in the outer layer. Okay, and they form a trophoblast. Trophoblast helps in the attachment of blastocyst to the endometrium. And some of the blastocysts, they form the inner cell mass, which differentiates into the embryo later. Blastocyst consists of a cavity which is known as blastocele and zona pellucida. This is one of the layer of the ovum. Now, what structure is found when the embryo reaches the 18 to 16 blastomere stage? What are the options? Blastocyst, morula, trophoblast, or zygote? What will be the correct answer here? The correct answer here will be morula. So morula is the embryo which consists of 8 to 16 blastomere. So zygote, it undergoes cleavage. Okay, it undergoes repeated mitotic divisions, and with its meiotic divisions, the daughter cells are formed. These daughter cells are known as blastomeres. So the embryo which consists of 18 to 16 blastomeres, this is known as morula. After morula, blastocyst is formed. Now, where does fertilization of the ovum by the sperm typically occurs in female reproductive system? So they are asking about the site of fertilization. What are the options? Cervix, uterus, ampullary region of the fallopian tube, and vagina. What will be the correct answer here? E will be the correct answer here. This fertilization occurs in the ampullary region of the fallopian tube. Next question. What is the immediate result of the sperm contacting the zona pellucida of the ovum during fertilization? So when the sperm comes in contact with the zona pellucida of the ovum, then what happens there? What is the result of that? What is the option? Completion of first meiotic division of the ovum. Option number B, formation of zygote. Option number C, blockage of additional sperm entry. And option number D, initiation of implantation. What will be the correct answer here? Answer will be option number C here, blockage of additional sperm entry. So when the sperm comes in contact with the zona pellucida of the ovum, then what happens? There is a change in the ovum, you can say layers. And due to this, the entry of the additional sperms is prevented. So polyspermy is prevented. Next question. Which process involves the differentiation of mammary glands and milk production towards the end of the pregnancy? Okay. So milk production is called what? Gestation, lactation, implantation, or ovulation. What will be the correct answer here? Option number B, lactation is the correct answer here. Differentiation of mammary and milk production towards the end of pregnancy is lactation. Gestation is the pregnancy period, 9 months. Implantation is the attachment of blastocyst to the endometrium. Ovulation is the release of the egg. Then next question, what triggers the release of oxytocin to initiate the parturition? Fetal ejection reflex, placental progesterone, cholesterol production, and option number D is differentiation of mammary gland. So here the correct answer will be option number A, fetal ejection reflex. So some of the signals they are released by the fetus as well as from the placenta. So fully developed fetus and the placenta, they release some signals which induce mild contraction in the uterus. This is known as the fetal ejection reflex. Now next question, what is expelled from the uterus immediately after the baby is born? After the childbirth, which structure is expelled out? Cervix, placenta, amniotic sac, or umbilical cord? Correct answer will be option number B, placenta. Okay, although placenta and umbilical cord, they are quite related, but answer will be placenta here. Okay. Clear? Now next question, which of the following is essential for developing resistance in the newborn? Okay. Prolactin, colostrum, placental lactogen, and estrogen. What will be the correct answer here? Answer will be option number B, colostrum. So colostrum is a yellow, thick. Okay, it is quite yellow, it is quite thick. It consists of a lot of nutrients, consists of a lot of vitamins, such as vitamin A, B12, okay, vitamin K as well. It consists of immunoglobulins also, immunoglobulin A, which provides, you can say, or which helps in the development of resistance in the newborn. Okay, so we have discussed the mock test. Clear? I hope this lecture was quite knowledgeable for you. We'll end this session now and we'll meet you in the next session. Thank you very much for participating in the quiz, and thank you very much for listening.